Good. Welcome. My name is Joe, and this is 31-ish, or it's going to be 31, I guess, Dreams of Horror. Uh, Coffee, how do I sound?
I have an advertisement.
All right, well, while we pay the bills, I guess, that is Paul Morbid Coffee Norman, and joining us also
Are you
is,
Alienware? Because you sound
yes,
pretty good right now.
cool, sounds
I
good.
like what you're selling me.
All right.
Not really.
And Alex Rio is joining us as well.
Hello.
And I'm going to play some Castlevania The Adventure tonight, and I'm going to play it in color on the Konami GB Collection Volume 1, which is a European release of a compilation of 4 Game Boy games from Konami. Nemesis, known here as Gradius, which is weird because the Europeans are the one who started that whole Nemesis thing. Castlevania The Adventure, Konami Racing, and Probotector, which we know as Operation C. And yeah, we're gonna do Castlevania The Adventure, which is not a very good game, if I'm being honest. But
No,
yeah,
no, not at all.
but this is an interesting sort of version of the game. So we're gonna give it a shot because it's in color, which this is the only way you can play it in color, and it moves a little bit faster, which is honestly one of the biggest problems with the original game, is that it's just too sluggish. I don't remember if it fixes any of the outstanding problems that this game had besides the speed, which is like if you take a hit, your whip power up goes down, which is really awful. There are no sub weapons, stuff like that. So I guess we'll see. I am playing this on a European GameCube with a Game Boy player, running SCART out and using the Game Boy Interface ultra low latency version. Which means that it is running as close to the original frame rate as it possibly could, which is neat. Okay, and I'm not watching the chat. I think Coffee, are you watching the chat?
I can watch the
That
chat.
would be swell. Okay, so they didn't fix the thing where if you take a hit, you lose your power up. That I've just discovered for sure. The best thing about this game is the soundtrack. Like, without question. I don't know that there is any sort of debate to be had there. Because the soundtrack is actually really good in this game. You can't whip on the ropes, which the sequel would fix. There's no sub-weapons, which the sequel would fix. The sequel fixes a lot of things, basically. Play Belmont's Revenge. Don't play this. Belmont's Revenge is a much better game. But I had this game when it came out. I got a Game Boy for Christmas of 1989, and I got this game probably right around when it came out. And I played quite a bit of it, actually. Because, when it's all you had, it's sort of what you did. But it's not good. This is a bad game.
The other one's the one with Sonia Belmont,
That's the
right?
third one. That's Castlevania Legends. The second one, the one in the middle, Belmont's Revenge, is the best of the Game Boy Castlevanias, but Legends is definitely an improvement on this. Which, again, that's not really like a high bar to clear, because this game is not very good. But this is the way to, if you're going to play it, this is the way to play it. The color graphics add a little bit to it, and it moves faster, which is really just a blessing when it comes to a game like this, because the original version, mostly to combat the extremely slow refresh rate of the original Game Boy, and the screen blur, it was super slow. So for the Game Boy Color version, they sped it up a little bit, but it's still it's pretty rough. So there's 4 of these compilations, which are super cool. I have all 4 of them. I have the British version of the first of 3 of them. I shouldn't say the first 3 of 3 of them, and the Japanese version of one of the other ones. The European, I should say, versions, not the British version. The European versions are the only versions that have the color. The Japanese versions, though, have Super Game Boy support, which is, neat. We like that. So you get some cool screen borders that these versions don't have, but they're not in color, and these are. So these are and these are in English. So, and I also believe that these compilations are the only way that the English language version of Mystical Ninja for the Game Boy came out, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're like a Mystical Ninja super fan, then I guess you need to get yourself a copy of one of these. This section is just utter bullshit, and like, okay, so I'm gonna go back, and then the bat is gonna come again, and it flies in a totally erratic pattern. Oh god, this game is bad. Welcome to 20 minutes of me talking about how bad this game is while I play it.
Sounds good. Can't wait to tune in. I just finished fighting killing the boss I was fighting, so now I can come watch you get angry.
God damn it.
I mean, I'm excited.
This is just like an unnecessarily punishing section of like the first stage of a game, where it's just like, hey, you know what would be super cool is if we just made this like section out of raw, uncut bullshit, like right, and front loaded it. That would be super cool, right? And the design team was apparently like, yeah, that'd be awesome. Let's do that. Because that's what happens.
No one's
Yeah,
talking in chat, so
it's pretty late.
Oh, I got the Mida Mini tool. Why did you have to like break stuff apart?
the legendary is the scout rifle, or the exotic is. You
Oh,
get
is that
2
the
of them.
next step? Okay.
Yeah, it's a combination weapon.
I knew there were the 2, but like I didn't know that was a part of this quest also.
It's
Anyway, sorry, Castlevania. Yes.
spooky because Destiny. Ooh.
Okay, I'm gonna kill that bat, and then I'll go back, and hey, the bat's back. Cool. Oh, and I'll go back, and then, hey, the bat's back. Cool. Oh, hey, and then I fell, because the fucking platforming in this game is way too precise for a game like this.
Wait.
Yeah, the bat's back.
Is the bat back?
This game fucking sucks.
Shit. Oh my.
I remember that episode of Batman.
I legitimately
that
seriously
episode?
question how my like 7-year-old self played this game without smashing my fucking Game Boy.
It's just this is the only game you had. There were a ton of games that like we all played back then that now we'd be like, fuck this, I'm just not gonna play it. I don't have time for that. Like I had that Star Wars game for like Game Boy. That game wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good either. But like I played it like a million times.
Hey, I made it past all that bullshit.
Not good.
This is a boss fight? This is a boss fight. Is the boss gonna come? Is he gonna show up? Or do I have to whip the candle to get the boss to come hang out? Nope, apparently I do. That's fucking weird. Why do I have to whip the candle to get the boss to show up? Right.
Video games.
The extremely good boss strategy of hit him, trade hits with him until one of you dies. That's the hot strat in this game. Gotta love that, right? How about at the start of the level, you'll just get swarmed by bats? That sounds good, right? That's a good thing. That would be fun. God, this game sucks.
Yeah.
This is like really a contender for worst Castlevania. Like this, Castlevania 64, Haunted Castle in the arcade. Just really a bunch of really bad Castlevania games.
I think the
Really?
stream is dead.
It was a little choppy for me.
Yeah.
Is it still